Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Road Atlanta. Yes, for the final chapter of the Apex this Mazda Sunday Series season. And after 11 weeks of battle, heartbreak, comeback drives, and championship caliber performances, it all comes down to tonight. Week 12 of 12 has arrived. And one of North America's most iconic road courses will decide who leaves with the ultimate prize in the Pro Division. It's looking like Brian Lemke. He's got a commanding 330 points. But with Road Atlanta's unforgiving nature, lest we forget, nothing is guaranteed until that checkered flag waves over in the AM Championship. Nick Velasco has put together a remarkable campaign, but we'll get more into that. Ladies and gentlemen, my name, Mac Nelson. I'll be your lone voice in the booth here tonight, pushing all the buttons, making all the calls up here. Of course, those lovely shots you're seeing in the background, those are provided by Track Cams 22. That's Track Cams for Gourmets. They provide all the car and track cameras you see here tonight and across all of the Racer Nexus broadcast. Like I said, we are at Road Atlanta, located in Brazelton, Georgia, opened in September of 1970. Only going to be 11 corners here, 2.54 miles though, so not too short of a circuit, man. This thing isn't as short as the lap times might make it seem. Although it is a pretty simple track, do not sleep on turns 2 and 3, and of course the S's down there, that's turns 4 and 5. They caused calamity in the Tuesday GT4 series. What will they do tonight? Drivers are gridding up. We'll go over your point structure as it sits, and ladies and gentlemen, I gotta be honest with you. We are unfortunately in the championship round, however, I do believe the championship is about all but wrapped up for the fine gentlemen that sit at the top of the rostrum in both the Pro and Am series. Nick Velasco, well, let's just be honest. Max points you can get in a night is 50, if I believe, and, well, Nick Velasco is about 70 points up, so I think he's actually, if I'm not mistaken, that is 69 points up. Nice! Brian Lemke over in the Pro Division is technically only ahead by 48 points, I believe. Yes, he is only up by 48 points. So, if Brian Lemke fails to score a point here tonight and Jim Feliz can win both, then Jim Feliz is going to get it done. So, it's not technically impossible. And hey, we've seen crazier things happen. So who's to say, man? Who really is to say? We'll get a good look at your starting grid here for the race. And with that in mind, let's cut to your starting grid for tonight's race number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, 2 20-minute heats here tonight will invert the top 4 like always, and we will crown some champions. Let's get into that starting grid for heat race number 1. On pole, it's going to be none other, man, than DJ Alessandrini. He just runs rampant here in the league. Lincoln Fox, the driver from Palestine, I believe that flag is. I apologize if it is not. He sits in P2. Michael Brock in P3 with Jim Felice sitting in P4. Joshua Soto in the 07. This track suits him very well. We'll see what he can do here tonight in P5. Kevin Zhu is in P6. Charles Wolf and Thomas Lathrop make up row number 4 with Rick Wishon and Jesse Gonzalez taking you to the top 10. We turn the page and see Isaac Silu in the DeWalt. He will be in P11. Sean Gafinski is going to be in P12. Gregorio Amarino Jr. sits in P4 or 13. Kelly Greenhill in P14. John Cooper and Tony Wallace are going to make up row number 8 with Sean Teeter and Joe Mayer rounding out row number 9. Row number 10 sees Keegan Gehrig and Jake Harrigan. P21, Mark Sherman, Christopher Croto is going to be on the outside of that row. Harrison Mealy, Kenton Bandy getting you to P24. Ryan Ryder, Spencer Beaudoin, Michael Tanagretta, Aaron Law, Dylan Foster, and Mike Vaughn going to round out the grid, I believe. Or wait, we actually have some more cars. Yes, Chris King is in the grid. So he comes in at P31, ladies and gentlemen. There is a look now at your page number 3. As we pull up the race info here, fantastic evenings to all you guys in chat. Appreciate you guys. Kelly Greenhill coming in with the love. Jen always coming in with the love. Hanzo, I believe that says, coming in with the love. We appreciate you guys oh so much. Who's ready to see some Road Atlanta Miata racing here tonight? There's the 421 of Michael Brock. He will be looking to do things oh so well here tonight. As we get a good look there at the grid, man, there is the sight for the first race of the last night in season number 27. I believe season 27. Yes, this is season 27. I'm already getting it confused with the brand new season 28 coming soon. Safety car going to make its way into the safety of the infield. DJ Alessandrini has the button, and he is going to pull it early, much like he always does. Ladies and gentlemen, it's championship night in Brazelton. It's the Apex This Mazda Sunday Series. It's live on Racer Nexus. DJ Alessandrini carrying a whole lot of speed through the inside of that turn number 1. That's going to obviously be the most advantageous way to take it here. He comes into turns 2 and 3 as they'll all file in behind. Watch out for Charles Wolf there, getting his elbows out. I believe that was Mad Motorsport teammate Jesse Gonzalez who he was getting the elbows out with. So already crazy sights here. Tony Wallace had a bit of a battle too, I believe. That's going to be another Mad Motorsport driver. He is going to sit right in front of the 77 Canadian of John Cooper from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Calamity going on right behind where we were watching it. This looks like a U.S. Postal Miata, if I'm not mistaken. That's going to be driven by Mark Sherman. He is going to drop, or he's going to gain a few spots. I apologize. Charles Wolf is down in P29. He is actually off the track. Oh no. So that is going to be Charles Wolf out of there. We'll have to see exactly what happened. I'm not too sure. Mike Bond has had a moment, but coming into the final chicane for Joshua Soto, he is going to defend the position from Kevin Zhu, the man from St. Kitts and Nevis, in that 2:43. Let's take a look at what happened to Mike Bond. Oh, he just got caught up in the crowd. Oh no, a lot of drivers going around. Oh my goodness. Ryan Ryder, Spencer Beaudoin, Jake Harrigan, of those involved. That caused Mike Bond to get, yes, a meatball flag. Oh no. So new lap, new stats for Joshua Soto. He currently sits in P5, which is where he started. Top 6 are running in the same order they qualified in, and they're kind of stretching it out for being the second lap. They're really not as close as a lot of these cars are on the grid. There's Thomas Lathrop, Rick Michon, Jesse Gonzalez, Ozek Silu, who started the season off so strong, and then he had a little bit of a lull period, and could you never really find that kick again. I believe we got to talk to him in, I think, week 6 or possibly 7. And I think that was the last time we talked to him here in the Racer Nexus broadcast booth. So, Ozek Silu really needs to end the season off here with a bang. Jen said DJ joining the race just to make sure the others know, hey, this is my yard. I'm the big dog here. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, and there he is. As we get a good little concrete curving shot of DJ Alessandrini coming around the final corner. And don't adjust your monitors, don't adjust your TV sets, ladies and gentlemen. It is actually just very, very dark. Very overcast in Road Atlanta right now. You can see if we look off towards, I believe that is compass direction south. Coming off turns 1 and 2. If you look off in the distance, you'll see sunlight, but unfortunately, there are clouds covering the track. You can see here a little bit of that sunshine poking through, but look at those white rims on the 333 of Alessandrini. Very, very clean. As we say it all the time, especially me and Alex in the Tuesday GT4 series, but it applies here in the Miata series as well. The liveries that the drivers bring are just absolutely incredible. It's so fun seeing them every single time. We've got a battle going on. Sean Teeter's off. He's had a moment. Turn number 7. Oh no, Sean Teeter off. Come back and take a look at it. We'll be able to get a good look here into turn number 1. Oh no, we're not turn number 1, but I have no idea why I said turn number 1. The second right-hander there before you get onto the back straight, and he just could not hold it together. Very unfortunate. Charles Wolf has also had a moment. We'll have to see. Oh no, this is off the heels of what happened on lap 1, and oh, maybe a little bit of a connection issue for Mr. Wolf. Oh no, and he just had to stop the car on track. Off the racing line at least, so, you know, no harm, no foul there. Thomas Lathrop in the 84 Miata going to soar faster than anyone that lap, reaching top speeds of 131. Wow, 134.92. I had to read that correctly. Nobody is even in that realm, ladies and gentlemen. So Thomas Lathrop, one to look out for, just south of 14.5 minutes left in our race number 1 here tonight. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for joining us here on the Racer Nexus YouTube channel. Big shout out to not only Track Cams 22, which we touched on a little bit earlier, but big shout out to Apex Sim Racing Shop. Use code Racer Nexus for 5% off any order you want on the website. They got bundle builders if you would like to get yourself immersed, get yourself acclimated into the sim racing community. You have the option to do so. Sean Teeter's had another moment. And we'll have to look at this again up in our aerial cams here. Big shout out to Track Cams 22 once again. And unfortunately, Sean Teeter, it's in those exact same corners Oh, no. I'm not sure what car that is. But you gotta feel for him. I believe it might have been Chris King. Yes, it was indeed Chris King. Oh, no. But we jump back towards the front. Isn't too much going on. I will say the conga line has tightened up a little bit. Joshua Soto now has his eyes set on passing the 421 of Michael Brock. Around turn number 7. Down the long back straight, which is going to seem like it's taking forever. In these Mazda Miatas, they don't go very fast, as you guys know. So it's not like how it would be in a GT3 car. They would already probably be, you know, near the start-finish line by now. And yeah, Sean just has unfortunately had a bad night there. Jen showing her condolences there for Sean Teeter in the Beast 117. Although not the true Beast like his BMW GT4, but the mini Beast nonetheless. And right behind where the camera was focused, Michael Brock and Jim Felice battle number 99 on the season. These two are constantly going at it. We got a car wide in the grass on the right side. Not sure entirely who that was. Might have been Ryan Ryder, maybe it looks like. So yeah, if that is the case, which it was, he was just a back marker letting everybody through, giving them the complete racing surface, which is definitely not needed. You can just get over to the right. Ryan, you gotta respect yourself as a driver too, however. A kind gesture indeed. He knows we have 2 races tonight. He can get it back in the second one. So no need to go destroying his mental or getting in his head now. Here comes Kevin Zhu, 243 Miata. Looks like he tried to set something up there. Charles Wolf and Gregorio Almerino Jr. both with meatball flags. We'll take a look at that here in a second. Joe Mayer's also had a crash, but Kevin Zhu in a prime position. As I actually take that back, I believe the run out of turn number 7 was actually won by Michael Brock. And it was incredibly weird because it looked like Kevin Zhu had the run perfectly timed. He just wasn't able to get the kick off the corner exit. Wasn't able to get his momentum up. Here's Charles Wolf having, oh no, terrible, oh. It's a terrible turn number 5, and they're still flipping and flying. That's going to be Joe Mayer out, Charles Wolf out, Gregorio Moreno Jr. out. Michael Tannegretta is now in. I wonder what happened to Michael Tannegretta. Did not have a crash, or at least it's not reported. In the event tower, in the timing tower here, so I'm not super sure what happened, but holy moly. The amount of meatball flags, ladies and gentlemen, there have been 8 given so far. 5 have been served, 3 have yet to be, meaning they are still seeking no repairs needed to be able to continue this race. But I mean, it's over, ladies and gentlemen. For those drivers who had to go into the pit, meatball flag, and repair, we're only dealing with 20-minute races here, man. It is not going to be easy. It's really not going to be possible to go in, get some repairs, and come back. And look at Joshua Soto here pushing DJ Alessandrini. But at the end of the day, I think Joshua Soto might have actually been hooking DJ Alessandrini, because Lincoln Fox made up a ton of time for a car out there on his own compared to 2 cars that were, a car that was being bump drafted, I should say. Now down into the final corner, coming onto the front straight. These guys are packed up. 2 by 2 by 2, down into turn number 1. Gonna be hard. They're not really that hard on the brakes, but they're going to have to hit them properly, make sure that rear end doesn't step out over the blind crest turn number 2. It's so hard to hit this perfectly every single time, but these drivers find a way to do it every single time. Jesse Gonzalez here in P8, MAV Motorsport driver. He is going to be leading the mid-pack. Larry's DJ Alessandrini is going to be leading the Going Pros. And, I mean, who else? Jen said it early. DJ Alessandrini kind of just comes in and, you know, lets the world know that he's not done yet. He's back. The chances of getting gapped by DJ Alessandrini are low, but they're never zero. And that's what him showing up on the last week of the season here does. And just does it and makes it look effortless. But here comes Joshua Soto in the 07. Around the final corner, it looks like he might have a good run. 7 minutes about to tick off of our time to go here. That means we've been racing for 13 minutes. Remember, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be doing this all over again here in just a few minutes. So make sure, don't adjust the TV. Don't open a new tab. Don't go doom scrolling Facebook. Sit right here and watch them do battle all over again. We'll be inverting the top 4 as it sits currently. As you hear, unironically, the roar of those Miatas as they go by. That was pretty loud there. DJ Alessandrini, Lincoln Fox, Michael Brock, Thomas Lathrop, and Jim Feliz are going to be your top 5 in the Going Pro Division, with Jesse Gonzalez, Mark Sherman, Christopher Croto, Kenton Bandy, and Harrison Mealy. The top 5 in your Going, or mid-pack Larry's division, I apologize. Black flag has been given to Sean Gopinski. He's had a moment. Let's take a look. That's the Mario 823. And around the same corner. Oh, no, that's MAV Motorsport car 78. That's Tony Wallace, I believe. Oh, no. Obviously not exactly how you want to take the corner if you're Tony Wallace. Definitely not how you want the corner to be handed to you if you're Sean Gopinski. But look at Lincoln Fox here in the 48. Managed to kind of bump draft him and DJ Alessandrini out of the way. Rapid covers in chat, rooting for Kenny. As I'm sorry, I had to take a drink of my water there. Kenton Bandy there, the 87. Oh no, and there's Calamity right behind him. That's going to be Aaron Law that going off the track. And Kenton Bandy under serious duress. He is being pressured by Harrison Mealy. And oh no, Kenton Bandy's going to lose it. And Harrison Mealy, that X is going to give him the black flag. Oh no! It's absolute calamity. We'll have to see what happened to Aaron Law. We're going to have to back this up, ladies and gentlemen. So coming over the blind crest, and he's just going to lose it. Aaron Law in the 468. Rear end's just going to step out. A little bit too much torque on the steering wheel. Wow, it has been an absolute, I guess war zone is the best way to put it here. These drivers have been elbows out, laying the virtual cars' lives down. Meanwhile, DJ Alessandrini is just so much faster than 95% of the drivers here. And the thing about it is, he makes it look so effortless. These other drivers, they're wrestling the car. DJ Alessandrini is just letting it go. He's letting it glide along the racing surface. It's just poetry in motion. As Soto, yeah, I agree. Soto's had a little bit of a moment. We'll have to go back and take a look at that. Soto dropped way off the pace here. So here it is. Joshua Soto was following DJ Alessandrini. There goes Lincoln Fox down on the inside of Joshua Soto. Turn number 1. Soto looks good, looks good. He's wanting to weigh pressure on that right side. He sees Jim Feliz and... oh, wow. Unfortunately, just got the door shut on him. Wow, nothing really to it. He just took, wow, I wouldn't even say took a bad chance. He just got very, very unlucky. With how the racetrack developed, how the cards in front of him were dealt. Wow. So a very interesting sort of miniature demise for Joshua Soto here. Just a little under 2 minutes remaining here in race number 1. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We've got race 2 coming up. It's going to be a blast. As we go down the back stretch for the penultimate time, drivers are going to receive the white flag the next time they cross. DJ Alessandrini. So close to having it locked up here. We'll flash the championship points for you here real quick so you know what to look for. Brian Lemke, who I didn't really notice but is not here. So there might be... oh, wait, I believe... yes, I think I forgot that... I believe that I forgot that Brian Lemke said he wasn't going to be here next week. So that lays it all down. I do remember that now. But unfortunately, Jim Feliz, who sits in P7... I think it's safe to say, man, I think we have a champion crowned. White flag, Alessandrini's going to run it around one more time. Jesse Gonzalez, unfortunately, going to be very, very uncontested, very open for this mid-pack Larry's win. It's going to be Mark Sherman in P2 for that class. Christopher Croto in P3. They're going to sit about 16 seconds back. Down the back straight for the final time here in race number 1 for the Going Pro Divisions. Lincoln Fox has one more attempt to ruin DJ Alessandrini's race number 1 here. I believe Alessandrini has swept the last 3 race weekends he has attended. Down on the inside is Lincoln Fox, though. He claims it. DJ Alessandrini is not going to have the run for the final corner. Lincoln Fox on the inside gets it done. Race number 1 goes to the 48 of Lincoln Fox. DJ Alessandrini in the 333 brings it home in P2. Michael Brock going to finish on the podium, P3. Here comes Joshua Soto now. Gets P4. Thomas Lathrop, P5. Jesse Gonzalez is going to be your winner in the mid-pack Larry's division. I don't know why I keep mixing that up. Mark Sherman, Christopher Croto, Jake Harrigan, and Dylan Foster are going to be the top 5 there. As that is going to do it for race number 1 in the books. Lincoln Fox, last lap overtake. Doing his best Joshua Soto impression. Which, speaking of, Joshua Soto will be on the pole for race number 2 because he finished 4th. We're going to step away, take a bathroom break, grab some snacks, do what you got to do. In 3 minutes, we come back with heat race number 2, and we will crown a champion at the end of that race, and that will be a wrap on season number 27 here on Racer Nexus. We'll be right back.
Can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on. Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it. They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and
my
to the
goodness.
line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Warm up about to end. And man, oh man, what a race we saw, race number 1. Very, very interesting. We'll go through the results. Lincoln Fox, who we don't see on a regular basis here, got the lap. He only led 1 lap. It was the lap he needed to lead. That's a whole lot of laps, a whole lot of lead that I just said. DJ Alessandrini coming in P2. Michael Brock in the 421 coming in P3. Joshua Soto, he starts on pole this race because he finished P4 in race number 1. So very, very cool. We're going to get to see what that man right there can do. Academy Sim Racing 07 of Joshua Soto. And we must do one more thing, ladies and gentlemen. That is going over your starting grid here for race number 2. Joshua Soto going to sit in P1. You can see him there. Michael Brock on the right side of your screen in the 421. He will be starting In P2, DJ Alessandrini and Lincoln Fox going to be starting in row number 2. They had an absolute war earlier in race number 1. Thomas Lathrop, Jim Feliz going to make up row number 3. Row number 4 goes to Kevin Zhu and Jesse Gonzalez, Kelly Greenho, and Ozick Silu. Round out your top 10. P11, Tony Wallace, Christopher Croto on the outside there. Mark Sherman, Dylan Foster, Keegan Gehrig, John Cooper, Sean Gapinski, Jake Harrigan, Michael Tanagretta, and Kenton Bandy take you to P20. P21 is, well, Jake Harrigan, Kenton Bandy there. Joe Mayer, Harrison Mealy. Going to be row number 12. Gregorio Amarino Jr. and Chris King are going to be in P25 and 26 respectively. Spencer Beaudoin, Mike Bond, Charles Wolf, Kelly Greeno, and Sean Teeter going to round out the grid. What an unfortunate demise for Sean Teeter. He met that a couple times here, let's be honest, guys. He met it a couple times. In race number 1, we'll have to see if he can be a little more vigilant and maybe, just maybe, a tiny bit more careful. Going to be really, really important for these drivers to kind of get locked in quick. The second 20 minutes always goes by a lot faster than the first. You don't really know what's going to happen. You get the weak jitters out of you in race number 1. But while that's happening, it takes a long time for the minutes to tick down that race clock. But here in race 2, you're comfortable, you're enjoying yourself, you're having fun. But time is going to zap away. It's going to zap away as a viewer, too. So before we get to the point where it might be night's over and you're clicking off the stream, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to Racer Nexus for all new content every single day, it seems. We got something new happening at Racer Nexus. New broadcast. It's all so cool. You can check out everything we have to offer. Make sure you like the video as well. Comment. Tell us what you want to see. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss a new upload or miss when we schedule a broadcast. Boss man Rob Campbell schedules them pretty far out in advance, so you'll be able to have a grasp on what's going on here. A driver that's got a lot of grasp on what's going on going to be the 421 of Michael Brock. He does have the left side being in P2 here, the first turn being a right-hander, but I almost like the outside better here. You can carry a whole lot of momentum, which is exactly what Michael Brock is doing around the outside. We go up the hill into turns number 2 and 3. He's going to try to do this so gracefully. He had a little bit of trouble doing it lap 1 in the opening race. Here in race 2, he seems dialed, and look at that. Your 3 Miatas who have shown the most upside this season, in my humble opinion. I mean, we've got the champion, Brian Lemke. He's Mr. Consistency, so, you know, the flashes of greatness really aren't there because he's just great all the time. But when it comes to those flashes, who can be better on a certain lap? These 3 drivers, wow. They just encapsulate that so well. Michael Brock, always going to be a nuisance for any driver in the top 3. It doesn't matter what track we go to, we hop on board with him there. Behind him is going to be the 07 of Joshua Soto. I mean, let's be honest, guys. The last lap king. He did it at Spa. He did it again a few weeks later. I can't remember the track. I believe it might have been Zandvoort or something of the nature there, but Joshua Soto is such a beast, man. He truly is never out of the fight. Sad to see him not be able to claim the championship this year, as with Michael Brock, as with Thomas Lathrop. But Brian Lemke, man, what an incredible champion. We'll flash those points up. Well, I take that back. We won't be flashing the points up. We will be now, though. There you have it. Joshua Soto has the opportunity to pass Jim Feliz here in the points. So that's probably... Whoa! Oh no! What just happened? I don't know what that was. Oh no! We saw it on the back of our screen there, out of focus. Thomas Lathrop. And oh no, what a mighty, mighty slide that was. We'll get another look here just real quick. He just caught a bit of snap, oversteer, off the correction, and luckily the car is okay, but wow, that angle we watched it at in real time seemed to be very, very scary. And amidst all that, EJ Alessandrini has taken the lead. Take a look at that here real quick. Going to be coming down the back straight, it looks like. And he's just going to pass Joshua Soto during the straight and then braking later than Michael Brock coming into the final chicane there. Absolute world-class racing there by DJ Alessandrini. I mean, did we expect anything else, ladies and gentlemen? The battle is now for second. However, we said that last time. And Lincoln Fox gave the man a run for his money. Not only gave him a run for his money, he took the win from him. So we'll have to see if DJ Alessandrini does not win this race. Will this be the first week in season 27 that he does not win at least one race in one of the weekends that he participated in? Wow, wow, wow. Something to think about here. There's a lot more implications than you think. Michael Brock down on the left side of DJ Alessandrini. I'm speaking it into existence right now, side by side through the chicane. They're not going to make contact. Michael Brock with a star-studded move on a star-studded leader. DJ Alessandrini now under pressure from the likes of Soto. And we can't forget about Feliz and Lincoln Fox. They're going to be right there behind as well, up the hill into turn number 2. It's going to be a blind crest. They're all bunched up. Lincoln Fox having a little bit of a struggle there. And Michael Brock starting to keep things calm. He's starting to kind of make this grid keep their composure. He's not going to do anything too crazy. DJ Alessandrini not going to immediately fight back. And now we have our stalemate again. Back into the lines we go racing. Lincoln Fox going to get the overtake there on Jim Feliz. And man, poor Jim Feliz in the 59 Miata just has not been his night so far. Championship night, you hate to see it. However, it was going to be a tall task anyway. Jim Feliz gonna be giving it his heart out, driving until the end. He still has to worry about Joshua Soto potentially jumping him here in these points. However, how it sits right now, I don't believe it's going to come to fruition. I think Jim Feliz might be safe in second, but we'll just have to see. Michael Tannegretta, Mark Sherman, they're having a big fight there. The Vans 305 of Michael Tannegretta. And then Christopher Croto here. He is in the Vans 305. Michael Tannegretta in the MAV Motorsport 200. wanted to say Christopher Croto in the Xanagretta for whatever reason. Michael Tanagretta there in the 200, up 11 spots in class. He is going to be in P9, it looks like, in the Going Pro division. Jesse Gonzalez going to firmly be out in front for the mid-pack there. As you can see, the MAV Motorsport number 7 driver there. He's looking to maybe make a move on one of these Going Pro drivers. How annoying would that be? Championship deciding bout, championship placement deciding bout. And you've got a driver who's keeping up, overtaking, who's not even in your fast class. He's in the AM division. Hey, man, if he's faster, he's got every right to show it. Kevin Zhu going to be alongside him in the 243. Going to be giving the lawn just a little bit of a cutting there. Rick Wishon in P8. In that very clean, I mean, almost like Optic Gaming green. If you know, you know. Green wall losing in the Minor 2 tournament today in the grand finals. That went 4-2 in way of the Los Angeles Thieves. I believe Hydra, the French phenom, coming out with your MVP for that series. Michael Brock in the 421 in P1. As I'm sorry, guys, the allergy, the sinuses is making me a whole lot thirstier when I do these broadcasts. When I raise my voice, when I inflect my voice. Back of my throat's starting to get real scratchy from all that nose blowing, all that coughing I've been doing lately, so I do apologize about that if there's random lapses. DJ Alessandrini in the roar of these Mazda Miatas will take it away, though I don't even need to speak down on the inside. DJ Alessandrini going to be hard on the brakes, and just like that, he has reclaimed his kingdom. Joshua Soto really sets his car over to the left there. Really tries to bite it into that corner for getting the best run into T1 that he can. Here he goes around Michael Brock, and there we have it. I mean, that could very well be why Joshua Soto just passed Michael Brock. Here comes Lincoln Fox. Don't sleep on him. Your race number 1 winner in his screen. I'm trying to read that. I'm not entirely sure what it says. I think it says Screamin' Sicilian. I have to get a look. Yeah, I do believe that does say Screamin' Sicilian. As in maybe like an Italian restaurant of some sort. Yes, it does indeed say that. I'm not aware. Maybe that's bad ball knowledge on my part, but I'm not aware on Screamin' Sicilian. However, I do love Italian. I do love pasta, so it gets an A+ from me. Steak Alfredo, you have my heart forever. Much like the drivers of the Apex This Mazda Sunday Series have my heart. They've had my heart for 12 weeks now. It's been an honor. It's been a privilege calling this series for you guys here. Thank you so much for inviting me into your homes every single Sunday night. I know we had a little bit of a break those few weeks. I was fighting the great war of internet provider. I do apologize for that. We're back. We're hopefully good. Knock on wood. I don't want to knock. That'll be a really loud bass line into your ears wherever you're listening. Surround sound, headphones, doesn't really matter. It'd be a long bass line that I don't want you guys to hear. Lincoln Fox coming up the hill, turn number 1, deep in on the tail of Michael Brock. He's going to have to be perfect, though, if he wants to get around the 421 just south of 8.5 minutes left. Let's check in on John Cooper, who's in an absolute war. First, it was with Mark Sherman. Now it resides with Christopher Croto in that Vans 305 we highlighted earlier. Looking to make a big jump now. Aaron Law Speaking of big jumps, up 9 positions in this race, or I take that back, it's going to be 8. The car behind him, Joe Mayer in the 000, he is up 9 spots in that Motec 000. M1 Mazda Miata, black flag for Tony Wallace. He's going to have to come in and serve that drive-through penalty. Drivers have been keeping it a lot cleaner here this race. I will say, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Bond had a moment, Harrison Mealy had a moment. But it was just your typical shenanigans, nothing really crazy there. This track's just physically demanding, man. It's very, very tough. A lot of drivers don't give it its proper flowers. Tony Wallace being overtaken on the brakes by Ryan Ryder deep down on the inside. Black flag for Gregorio Amarino Jr. as well. For the 119, Miata gonna have to pull things into the pit lane, and he is just gonna call it a night. That is season number 27. Gone just like that for Mr. Gregorio Amarino Jr. 6.5 minutes left here. There you see your top 8 cars. Ellison, Drini, followed by Soto, Brock, Fox, Feliz, Hugh, Gonzalez, and Rick Wishon in the 074 dragging up the rear here. Up 3 spots into P8. We go just 2 cars back from that. Ryan Ryder gonna be up 11 spots in that 181. He just got that move done on to Tony Wallace, now going down the back straight. It's gonna be a drag race to see who can get there first, who can be later on the brakes for the final chicane. It's going to be so, so important. Be able to get that braking right. You don't want your car, and whoa, a little bit of a wobble there for the 181 of Ryan Ryder. Things are getting spicy now, down. Michael Tannegretta gonna move his car to the left there, defend that inside, and that was the proper play, but you can't leave the door open too long. As Tony Wallace was definitely wanting to take that. Now John Cooper gonna try to maybe hit a little bit of a crossover out of that final corner onto Christopher Croto. He cannot get it to fall, but he's gonna dive down turn number 1. He's not close enough. Cannot get the move done. Spencer Beaudoin now in a battle. Pine pollution is horrid right now, says Jen. Yep, I agree. It's not exactly going to be pine here. In the great land of Kentucky, we do nothing correct except fried chicken, apparently. According to the world. Shout out KFC. A little too greasy, in my opinion. Not big on the grease ball that is KFC. If you want a superior chicken tender here, you go to Popeyes, man. I love that chicken from Popeyes. I mean, they got the cool jingle for a reason, you know. They got the strawberry lemonade for a reason. They got that new buffalo white cheddar mac and cheese for a reason, too. Down! Tostino's Party, pizza rolls, Kevin Zhu. I tried to make a food connection there. It did not land, very unfortunate for me, but that's going to be around the outside for Kevin Zhu, the man from St. Kitts and Nevis. In that 243, but for some reason his Miata just does not have the momentum. It cannot keep up. Jim Feliz and Michael Brock gonna go soaring around him. Joshua Soto as well. Oh, a little bit of dip for those left wheels. Jim Feliz couldn't really get it back on track immediately. That's gonna be multiple positions down. Now here comes Jesse Gonzalez. He's going to throw his name into the hat, try to get it around Jim Feliz, as I thought Rick Wishon was going to make a move there. Lincoln Fox finds himself in P4 with a little over 3 minutes to go. Michael Brock going to be in P3, Joshua Soto in P2, ladies and gentlemen. So has Soto passed Feliz? Belize is only going to finish P6. So the points discrepancy is going to favor Joshua Soto for tonight, but I don't know if it's a big enough difference. I'm just not sure. I cannot do the math quick enough in my head. So I do so dearly apologize for that. Around the final chicane, it's not going to be for the penultimate time. I do believe we're going to have 2 more laps here. So we'll get a good look at Barney the Flag Man here. As I completely lied, no, we will not get a good look at Barney the Flag Man. We see him in the top right, out of focus just a hair. He's going to be holding 2 sticks up in the air, meaning there are only 2 laps left here for season 27, guys. What? Whoa, DJ Alessandrini letting the rear end step out a little bit coming over that crest. He's styling for the cameras. DJ Alessandrini unfortunately does not get too much screen time when he's in this league for the simple reason that he is just checked out and so far away from everyone else here tonight. Shout out to those top guys, Michael Brock, Joshua Soto, Lincoln Fox, Kevin Zhu. Shout out to those drivers for keeping him honest all night. It wasn't as big of a runaway as we once might have thought. As everything seems so quiet until these Miatas get closer. That roar starts to sound a little louder. And then once you know it, they're right up on you. DJ Alessandrini going to be hard on the brakes. Down into turns number 11, or 10 and 11, I believe. Around the final corner, Barney the Flag Man going to be waving that white flag. 1 more lap, ladies and gentlemen, before season 27 comes to an end. Here in the Apex, this Mazda Sunday Series, whoa, DJ Alessandrini is really letting that rear end step out now. Holy moly, no doubt your fastest driver here this season, DJ Alessandrini. I mean, let's be honest. If he wanted to, he could have came and raced for the championship, and I don't think there would have been any contest. But he kept it honest. He only showed up for select weeks, not enrolling in having a real fight in the championship. And what a sign, what symbolism we see here. Joshua Soto in constant pressure of that lead, just like he has been all season long. He's gonna get the pass on the DJ Alessandrini. Last lap, I mean, come on. Does it get any better? Does it get any more Joshua Soto than this? He's gonna swing. He's so wide, he left room on the inside. Joshua Soto going to get... He's going to get a little bit of contact there, a little bit of bump from DJ Alessandrini around the corner, just like clockwork again. It's the 3rd time this season. Joshua Soto, last lap, last corner overtake. It just came to my head, it was Nürburgring. That's where he did it the 2nd time. He does it in America now. It was Belgium, Germany, and now the USA. Joshua Soto wins race number 2. DJ Alessandrini gonna come in 2nd. Lincoln Fox gonna be stepping up onto the podium. Unfortunately, that's going to knock Michael Brock off the rostrum as he finishes P4. Kevin Zhu gonna round out your top 5. Jesse Gonzalez, Christopher Croto, Mark Sherman, Dylan Foster, and Jake Harrigan gonna round out your top 5. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. Your going pro champion is going to be Brian Lemke. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to speak to him here tonight, but I mean, I am 99% sure that the going pro champion is going to be Brian Lemke. He is not here tonight also. Your AM winner is going to be Nick Belasco. So if we flash these points up here, it's not going to be final points. However, at least when it comes to your championship standings, Brian Lemke and Nick Belasco, they are going to be your going pro and mid-pack Larry champion, respectively. And man, what an amazing time. What an amazing race we had here tonight. I mean, how clinical, how cool was it? Just to see, man, just one more week, man. I wish we had one more week to watch these things go around. Absolutely. How cool would that be? And our first interview of the night is going to go to Joshua Soto in the 07. Joshua, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you've done it again, man. You did it again. How cool, man. Last lap overtake. Last corner. I mean, that final chicane. What was going through your head, man?
Don't crash. Yeah, definitely don't crash. Man, yeah, that last race, going into that, the final chicane, I seen, it looked to be 4 wide or something behind me. I just seen cars going everywhere. So my main focus was just, try to get as best line as possible. I broke a little bit early and I ended up messing out my out, but I mean, somehow we made it through.
Yeah, you made it through and you got the win here. And I don't know, by all means, I don't claim to be a pro here when it comes to the point standings, but I think there's a small chance you actually jumped Jim Feliz. Is that accurate? Do you think that you jumped Jim Feliz in the standings?
I think so. I think it's a possibility. I know that I was 6 points down, so it will definitely be a close one if not.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And I mean, wow. 12 weeks down, you didn't get the championship, but man, you got so close. You gave us so many unforgettable moments across this season. If you wanted to sum up your season and, grade yourself on how you did, be honest with yourself here. What would you give yourself?
I would say, if I was to be honest, I'd give myself like around a C. I see. There's definitely a lot that I could have improved this season, just in general. But I mean, overall, it was pretty decent. I could have made more races, and then we had that disconnect in that one race. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of room for improvement. I see. But it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I 100% agree, man. I think you did fantastic. I think you're beating yourself up over the C. I think it's probably like an A- or an A, man. I mean, there were flashes where you were the greatest car on the track, and I mean, everybody in chat vouches for you, man. Incredible driver, incredible head on the shoulders, man. And yeah, you got the floor, man. Whoever you want to thank, shout out for the season, for the race, for anything, man. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. First, I want to thank my sponsor, Academy Sim Racing. I want to thank Apex this, everybody that's involved, all the admins, Kent Kruger, these guys, this is a really cool league, and they try their best, to make it as fair as possible for everybody. So I really appreciate all the work that's been put into the season, all the sponsors that sponsored this league. And also like to thank my teammate Brian Limke. He did a great job this season. With the P1, it's really awesome. And I would also like to thank my friends and my family.
Yes, sir. Joshua Soto, is an absolute pleasure watching you drive this season. Hope to see you back next season and enjoy basically everything that this season encapsulated, man. It was big for you, and you did great.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
That was Joshua Soto in the 07. Now we're going to bring in the 421. This is going to be the Miata of Michael Brock. Michael, you got a copy?
What's up, Mac? How you doing?
Doing good, man. You had yourself one heck of a night. You were constantly elbows out battling. It didn't matter if it was with Zhu, Felice, Soto, or Alessandrini. I do believe you had a little mini battle there with Lincoln Fox there. I can't remember if it was the first race or the second race. So just walk me through it, man. How did it feel?
Yeah, that was fun, man. That was a lot of fun. I kind of like this. So the first race, I don't know, a good bit of it, it was kind of just like follow the leader. We were just kind of pushing, trying to break away. And that worked out pretty good. But it left it so like there was only, the last couple laps where there was really battling going on. So the second race, I kind of I had an opportunity where I could have kept pushing DJ, but I wanted to kind of mix it up and make it so everyone stayed together and we were kind of more side by side a lot more. So it ended up being a lot of fun.
Yeah, without a doubt. Now I want to, take you back and look at the whole season as a whole, more specifically the entire calendar. For the tracks that you raced here, the 12 tracks, did you find them advantageous to you, or did you not really like the schedule at hand?
Like this whole schedule, like from beginning to end?
Yeah, exactly.
You asking? God, no, I don't know. I don't have any, I don't know. They're all pretty great, except for the really, really long, just kind of drafting ones are kind of better, so I think I like these more now. So I don't really have a big preferences how I used to.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, you did a fantastic job, and, who do you have to thank? You've got an entire season you've got to thank for, man. Who do you have to thank for the season, for the race, for the performance, for anything, man?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Jeez, everyone at Apex, of course. And then, Brian, he couldn't make it. He's doing some real racing this weekend, so that's too bad he couldn't join. He would have had a lot of fun. Especially, he could have just kind of went elbows out because he didn't really care about, off tracks and all that stuff. That would have been fun. But yeah, everybody, and even the newer guys like DJ and Lincoln, for coming out. They don't kind of run every time, but man, every time super fast guys are around us and they kind of join, it just, I think, elevates everybody. I learn a lot. So yeah, just and everyone else and you guys and lastly and most importantly my gorgeous wife Jen.
Yes, sir, man. We appreciate Jen always being in the chat, always showing love. Appreciate you for always being such a nice interview in the booth, man. Michael Brock finishing P3 here tonight. Congrats on a very good season, man. Hope to see you back next season and hopefully talking to you a lot up here in the booth.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, good talking to you, man. Hey, have a great weekend or a great week.
Yes, sir. You too, Mr. Michael Brock. And I believe that's going to do it for our interviews, as it wouldn't be. I mean, it wouldn't be a Mac Nelson-produced broadcast without a little bit of ISP troubles. I believe there was a little bit of hiccup there during the interviews. I think I could tell the drivers kind of seemed like they couldn't really hear me, couldn't really hear the questions I was really asking. So I do apologize for that. We are not going to be able to talk to our champions, our sitting champions, Ryan Lemke and Nick Belasco. But, man, what an incredible night we had here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's always, and I mean always, such a pleasure to be calling in front of you fine gentlemen, fine ladies, whoever's watching. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day, out of your night to tune in to the Racer Nexus Broadcast Network. I mean, come on, guys. It's such an honor. It's such a fun time. Every single week we come out here. Every single week I broadcast. You guys make it oh so fun. And the drivers do that too, man. Fantastic stuff. We'll be seeing you guys season 28. I'm not sure the details about it, but I mean, I know it is being ran. So please, drivers, if you're interested, you can join. Link is in the description below. As it looks like we're going to lose out on our timing tower here. So I'll do you guys something a little better. I'll pull up the track intel here. We were at Road Atlanta Championship round. Ryan Lemke taking the championship in the Going Pros. Nick Belasco taking the championship in the AM. But the winners here tonight, not exactly what you expect. DJ Alessandrini coming home. He's not going to win a single race here, which is crazy. You don't really see that. If you look, here is our Heat race number 2 results. Joshua Soto, DJ Alessandrini, Lincoln Fox going to round out your top 3. Michael Brock, Kevin Zhu, Jim Feliz, Rick Wishon, Ryan Ryder, John Cooper, Michael Tanagretta. Going to make your top 10. We'll go back and remind you of the Heat 1 finish. Lincoln Fox gets it done over DJ Alessandrini. Michael Brock, P3. In that race, Joshua Soto, Thomas Lathrop, Jim Feliz, Kevin Zhu, Kelly Greenho, Ozzik Silu, and Rick Wishon going to make up the top 10 there. But that's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen, from the Racer Nexus Global Broadcast booth. I appreciate you guys coming out for all 12 weeks here of Season 27. Season 28 going to come up soon. Make sure you're tapped in, locked in, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be here on the Racer Nexus Broadcast Network. My name, Mac Nelson. If you'd like your league broadcasted, contact my boss man, Rob Campbell, down in the description below. You can join the Discord. Get yourself immersed in the Racer Nexus community. Maybe find your new broadcasting home for your league. Big shout out to Apex Sim Racing. Make sure you use code RacerNexus for 5% off. You can build a bundle, man. Fanatec, Moza, Sim Magic. It does not matter. Track Cams 4 Gourmets as well for all the awesome cameras. Big shout out to everybody in chat. Kelly Greenho, Jen Brock, Gonzo, 13F. Fantastic. I appreciate you guys for all the kind words, man. I mean, seriously, the internet problems, all that. I'm so glad you guys, still choose to support, still choose, voice your opinion. And, to be honest, thank you guys for liking me as a commentator, man. I try really hard. I try oh so hard, man. Some days it goes better than others, man, but we have fun while we're doing it, and that is the main goal. Ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And since it's championship week, I'm adding one more thing. Remember, keep the promises that you made to yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, always remember that. You do those 3 things, I think you'll find a ton of happiness in your life. Season 28, not going to be too long before we start that up, both in the Miata and the GT4 series. Racer Nexus on top, forever and always. Same with Apex this. Have a fantastic night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you in the next one.